Well, good evening, everybody. It's 8 o'clock. And welcome to this special St. Patrick's Day, March 17, 2023 edition of the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. My name is Jim. My call is K9GCR. I'm located here in Freeport, and I'll be your host this evening. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies, to have fun. This is what this hobby of amateur radio is all about, in addition to providing emergency communications if when the situation warrants. A secondary purpose of this net is providing on-air meeting place for all amateur radio operators. Everybody is welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is the PL 114.8 plus offset. You need to have that programmed into your radio in order to have access to the repeater. For those of you who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or if the PL on your radio is not working properly, you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output frequency, the straight 195 simplex. If I hear you, I will acknowledge you and check you into the net. That's how Scott K9Y am Monroe checks in when we're on this repeater. The frequency. Okay. This net is being live streamed around the world on the internet. Mike at KD9MED in Rochelle is live streaming this net. He is also recording this net for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. For those of you who wish to check in on the internet, go ahead and check in like you usually do with the Mike K9MED. He in turn will relay your internet check it to me on the radio. Then if you're on the station, you can hear the repeater, but you can't get to it due to conditions or what have you. Give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline, area code 815-232-FN, 232-3636 is the local Freeport number. I'll take your check-in over the phone, but try to check in on the radio first. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take short time mobilizations. Al, K9EPZ, is having problems with his antenna. He called me on the phone. He asked me to check him in short time, or as an early check-in, which I do have. He's already checked in as early bird at check-in. So hopefully maybe some people can go to his QTH and see what can be done about getting his antenna back up and running again. Okay, now, first we're going to take short-time mobilizations. If you have family time, you're at a concentrate, you're driving, or you're just passing through, or you got something else going on that you can't say for the net, we'll take your short-time mobilizations, or we'll take your check-ins. If you have traffic, you do your traffic right away. Also, after that, we'll take general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins in northern Illinois. Next, we'll take general check-ins in southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you check in the net, state whether or not you have traffic. Your traffic consists of breakfast, bike rides, marathons, or hand fests. We got two great hand fests coming up this coming Sunday. We'll definitely be talking about that. Then we'll do our regular features. We'll do the Friday Night Fun Net Tech Corner. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of antenna do you want to put up on your tower? What kind of radio do you want to buy? Mobile, base, or what have you? Or all mode? That's what we'll talk about. If you have any technical questions, please feel free to ask them. We'll do our best to try to answer them for you. Then we'll do the Friday Night Fun Net DX Corner. If you make any DX contact this week, I did it last weekend. You made any DX contact, we would like to hear about them during the Friday Night Fun Net DX Corner. Then we'll do our swap net. We'll have our items to buy, sell, trade, or want related to the hobbies of ramps, radio, or computers. We will definitely do that. So, okay. We got two topics on the round table. Let me reset. This being St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to ask everybody how your celebrations went today. And then the second question. We got the Sterling Hamfest coming up and the Jefferson Hamfest coming up. They're both going to take place this coming Sunday. Which Hamfest do you plan on going to, and are you planning to buy anything? That's definitely the topic, both topics we'll talk about tonight. Okay, with all the so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. Do we have a short time on both stations? I'd like to check in. Please call now.
Alpha 9 Victor Uniform. Michael in Janesville. I have no traffic.
Okay, KD9MED, Mike in Janesville. I've got you this time. Thanks for checking in, Mike 73. Happy St. Patrick's Day. There was another station trying to check in. Another station, come back, please.
K9KZT, Larry, short time. AC9NW, Tom, short time, no traffic.
Kilo Charlie 9 India, short time, no traffic.
Okay, I got 4 stations checking in. Oh God, now just a minute, no. 89VU, Mike in Janesville, I got you checked in, thanks for taking it. K9KCT, Larry in Rockford, the king of CW, got you checked in short time. I'll let you go, we'll definitely talk tomorrow night on the Saturday evening rag tune-net. Thanks for checking in the Friday Night Fun Net. AC9NW, Tom in Roscoe, I've got you checked in. Short time, thanks for checking in, have a good evening. Scott, AC9YI, you checked in. I'm hearing you through on the straight 195 Simplex. Scott, are you checking in short time tonight?
Just short time tonight, Jim. Over.
Okay, Scott, I'll let you go. Thanks for checking in. You have a good evening. We'll talk to you on the Green County Net this coming Sunday night. Thanks for checking in. Are there any more short time on mobile stations I'd like to check in? Please call now.
K9R, short time, no traffic.
9GLB, Dave, short time, no traffic.
Kilo Delta 9, Quebec Victor Bravo, Brian and Roscoe, short time, no traffic.
Okay, they're coming in hot and heavy tonight there. AI9Rs. Tom in Rockford, I've got you checked in. Thanks for taking it. Have a good evening. N9DLB, Dave, about a mile east of me here in Freeport, I've got you checked in. 73, you have a good evening. And thanks for happy St. Patrick's Day to you. And KD9QDB, Brian and Boyd, I've got you checked in. You have a good evening. You got your short time, and you have a good evening, and we'll talk to you down the line. Thanks for checking in. Any more short time on mobile stations like to check in, please call now.
KC9QPO, Paul and Lewisburg, short time.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, sir.
Okay, I got 2 stations to check in. K9QPL, Paul and Lewisburg, I've got you checked in. You have a good evening. Thanks for checking in. Now, there was another station trying to check in, and happy St. Patrick's Day to you. Other station, come back, please.
Yeah, it's just me, Jimmy, W9JTC. Gonna check in short time. Have a great net, sir, and happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone.
Okay, Jamie, I've got you checked in, W9JTC. Happy what am I saying? Happy Thanksgiving, Lord. Good grief. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you and your family, too. And thank you for checking in. Any more short time on mobile stations you want to check in, please call now. Okay, good turnout for the short time stations. Got 9 of them to check in. So, okay, let's go now with the general check-ins. At this time, I will take in general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now. one more time. Any short... no, we're done with that. Any general check-ups in northern Illinois would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now. Okay, last station trying to check in. You cut yourself off. Let's try that one more time, please. KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle. Okay, Mike, I got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Let me know if you have any internet check-ins. Okay, any more general check-ups in northern Illinois with the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9MED.
KD9MED, Gary and Rockford, the Duke of Digital DX. Okay, Gary, I've got you checked in. Look forward to your DX report in a few minutes, and then you're participating in the roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, well, we got a few, let's see, all right, they got two check-ins from, regular check-ins from northern Illinois, with the rest were short times. Okay, at this time, I will take any general check-ins from southern Wisconsin. Any station in southern Wisconsin would like to check the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
KC9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin.
I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins in southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
K9ZIP, Joe in Janesville.
K9ZIP, Joe in Janesville. Got you checked in, Joe. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Well, it is St. Patrick's Day. Everybody's at their favorite bar, restaurant, or tavern, eating their corned beef and cabbage, even though it's not Irish, and what other Irish dishes. Of course, it is also Friday Night Fish Friday night in Wisconsin. So everybody's at their favorite bar, restaurant, tavern, eating their catfish, buffalo, carp, northern pike, walleye, muskie, crappie, bluegills, or what have you. And those of you in the Milwaukee area are eating your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, and Braunschweiger. You cheese lovers read some of that famous Wisconsin cheese. Okay. At this time, I will take check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now. This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. We have any stations from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin would like to check in. Please call now. Okay, so far I've got 14 on there check-ins. It's better than the 12 I had last week. So we'll see. Okay, well, that's great. Okay. There will be no further check-ins. I'll go on to the traffic portion. I do have traffic. This coming Monday night, March 20th, first day of spring, National Weather Service in the Quad Cities will be floating on an in-person weather spotter class that will take place Monday evening at 6:30 p.m. at Highland Community College Student Conference Center, Building Agents and Hotel, room 201. You do have to register when you get there. Just sign your name and you're good to go. They'll be putting on that class runs from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. You'll see a lot of great slides and video presentations. They'll be serving refreshments, coffee, rolls, donuts, Long Johns, and let's see, cookies, and orange juice. The guys, let's see, if you ham radio operators are not doing anything on Monday night, do come on over. We'd like to see a great turnout of ham radio operators. Let's pack the place like we used to. Okay, again, National Weather Service, Quad Cities. We'll be putting on in-person weather spotter class Monday evening at 6:30 p.m. Highland Community College, Student Conference Center, Building Agents and Hotel, room 201. You do have to sign in. Okay. Okay, that's my traffic. Does anybody else have any traffic you'd like to pass along? Okay, let's go ahead with the Friday Night Fun Net Tech Corner. This is our TechNet portion. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? What kind of a radio do you want to buy? Base, mobile, all mode, or what have you? If you have any technical questions, please feel free to ask them. We'll do our best to try to answer them for you. Does anybody have any technical questions they'd like to bring before the net at this time? Okay, there being no technical questions, we'll move on to probably the most popular segment of all the net there, whatever, the Friday Night Fun Net DX Corner. To see if anybody made any DX contacts, we'd like to hear from you. Anybody? What's the minute here? Anybody have any DX reports they'd like to pass along at this time? Oh yeah, Kerry, K9MED, do you have any DX reports you'd like to pass along?
This is KD9MED. Thank you, Jimmy. Good evening, everybody. No, Jimmy, I didn't turn on the radio this week. Last week it was because I was so busy with electronics projects. And now this week it's because I've been just super lazy and I've been watching a lot of videos. So I'll get back into it next week. I'll have some really juicy ones for you. You've had some pretty good ones the last couple of weeks. KD9MED.
Yes, I did, Kerry. I sure did. This past Sunday, I worked 5 stations on the Wisconsin QSO party. My first contact. Let me get out there. Okay. Kilo. Let's see. Kilo George. Kilo Golf 9. Juliet Papa in Winnebago County, Wisconsin. That was at, let's see, 18:05 hours at 18 on 7.251. On 7.289, all contacts were on 40 meters, by the way. On 7.289 at 18:16, I had made a contact with station Whiskey 9 Kilo Echo Yankee from Ozaukee County, Wisconsin. At 18:55 hours, on 7.295, I made a contact with Kilo Delta 9 Uniform Victor Echo from Dodge County, Wisconsin. At 19:16 hours, on 7.271 megahertz, I made a contact with the November 9 Golf Hotel in Washura, Wisconsin. That's way up north. And my last contact on 7.259 megahertz at 23:32 hours. W9 Whiskey India 9 Whiskey India Sierra, in Culver, Wisconsin. He was in also in Dodge County. Those were my 5 contacts for the Wisconsin QSO party.
Well, that's great. It's not all that easy to work Wisconsin with HF, you know. I've been looking at my logs here, and it looks like almost half of my Wisconsin QSOs were on 80 meters, and about a quarter of them were on 40, and then the rest of them were higher than that. So it looks like I have better luck working those close-in states on the low bands than on the high bands. Well done, Jimmy. KD9MED.
Okay, so thank you very much, Kerry. I sure appreciate that. I was told that they were also working the 20 and the 12 meters or 80 meters or whatever, but I didn't mess around with that. I figured I'd have better luck on 40 meters, which I did. Okay, sounds good, Kerry. Thanks, sir. Any more stations? I mean, DX reports for the Friday Night Fun, that DX report. All right, was somebody trying to get in? All I got was dead air. Come on back. Okay, we'll move on. Now we'll move on to the swap net. All lines to be bought, sold, or traded must be related to hobbies of RAM trading or computers. All lines to be bought, sold, or traded must be the property of or in possession of the person who wants to get rid of the stuff. You may mention prices over the air, but any haggling should take place either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. Are there any stations with swap net traffic at this time? Please go ahead. Okay, well, there'll be no further. We're all done with this stuff there. Are there any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun at this time? Please go now. By the way, in honor of St. Patrick's Day, I'm using green ink. So okay, that's about it there. So okay, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead with the roundtable. KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle. How did you celebrate St. Patrick's Day? And are you planning on going to any Hamfest this weekend? This is K9 GCR, the Friday Night Fun, the K9RFD Repeater Rockford transmitting from Friday Night Fun, etc. in Freeport. I understand, Mike. That's the way things go. You got life. This is a hobby, but life comes first. And you know, I feel the same way. I'm of Irish heritage. In fact, I'm wearing a green shirt. But as far as St. Patrick's Day, you're right. It's just another day for me. I don't drink, and I don't eat corned beef and cabbage, and you know, I don't like it. I never did like it, and besides that, that's not Irish. I'll talk more about that later. Tonight I called pizza. I had them delivered a big New Yorker pizza with bacon, mushrooms, and green peppers. I couldn't eat it all, so so I put it in the refrigerator. I'll heat that up in the microwave oven another night there. Mike, thank you for checking in, and let me know if you have any internet check-ins. Okay. Jerry, KD9MED, how did your St. Patrick's Day go, and are you planning on attending any Hamfest this weekend?
This is KD9MED. Well, today I was just watching videos all day. I'm binge watching this Western series called Yellowstone. I'm getting a big kick out of it. Hamfest this weekend, probably not for me. I've been buying a whole bunch of stuff online, but no, I don't think I'll be making the Hamfest. I'll make it out for the social, you know, to support the Rah-Rah social coming up. And I'll probably make it out to the Belvedere Hamfest, you know. But for right now, all my needs are being met by the internet. KD9MED.
Oh, okay. Kerry, sounds good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. Down on May 21st. Let's see what we'll have it rain or shine. That's all protected. We got shelter houses, got roofs or covering over our heads and what that. That'd be great. Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Kerry. Thank you for checking in. Okay, Norm, K9RFD in Overville. What's going on with you? How did you celebrate St. Patrick's Day, and are you going to the Jefferson Hamfest this weekend?
KC9GCR, KC9RGG. Yeah, Jim, I guess for St. Patrick's Day, I had a real nice Reuben sandwich tonight, along with a green beer. Now, that's got to be a pretty good way to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And you ask about Hamfest? No, I'm not going to be going anywhere this weekend. Actually, I missed the last two Friday night fun nets. 2 Fridays ago, I ended up in the hospital here in Janesville with a blood clot in my lungs. So that did me in for that one, and last Friday I just didn't feel like coming on downstairs here and sitting in the cold. And I got to kind of lay low for the next few weeks and take all these damn pills that they gave me to choke down. So I think I'll just be relaxing around the house and having some fun here. KC9GCR, KC9RGG.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear about your circumstances or whether you go into your hospital stay with your blood clot. I'm glad you got that taken care of. Last week's Friday night fun, there was something to write home about. Conditions were just kind of lousy. I only had 12 on-air check-ins. That's at least the amount of check-ins I've had in a long time. But conditions were just not the best last Friday night, so don't worry about it. So, like I said, that night was nothing to write home about. So, okay. Norm, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening and enjoy your weekend. Okay, Joe, K9ZIP in Janesville. What's going on with you? How did you celebrate St. Patrick's Day? And are you planning on going to the Jefferson Hamfest this Sunday?
Good evening, this is K9ZIP. I didn't celebrate the St. Patrick's Day. I never do. I don't know why. Just not a thing for me. And come to think of it, there's an Irish pub just right downtown, really nearby here, and they've got excellent food. I'm sure they're packed tonight. I ate already, but it probably would be the place to be tonight. They're called O'Reilly's. I've been there a few times to eat. My wife and I go there every once in a blue moon for fish fry. It's really good. But St. Patrick's Day, not for me, although I do like green. Hamfest, I will be going to Jefferson Hamfest on Sunday. That's the plan. I plan on getting there bright and early. Probably not right when they open, but before 9. K9ZIP, back to net.
Okay, well, hey, happy St. Patrick's Day to you and your family, and hopefully you buy a lot of good stuff there. By the way, you're going to Jefferson. Are you looking to buy any particular item you're interested in buying, or are you just going to look around, or what are you going to do?
Oh, I just like looking around, and I always bring some cash, and if I see something that strikes my fancy, I'll pick it up. I'm usually just looking for parts like toroids and stuff like that. I like scavenging the junk. I usually don't buy anything major. A couple of years ago, first Hamfest I went to, I picked up quite a bit of stuff, and I wound up not using any of it, and gave a lot of it away. It's the parts that I make the most use out of. When I need them, I got them. So that's my plan. Nope, nothing I'm looking for, put it that way, except maybe a straight key. If I see a good deal on a nice straight key I like, I'll probably be picking that up. That's the one thing I'm kind of keeping my eyes out for. K9ZIP, back to net.
Sounds good. I hope you find one and learn to operate it. And by the way, Larry, K9KCT, has a CW practice on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursday evenings at the conclusion of the respective nets, like on 195 on this repeater. And we found that the 7 o'clock nets. If you get a chance to listen to Larry, he does a great job with the CW practice there.
In fact, we were just talking about that on Chad's Simplex net last night. We were talking about CW, and one of us mentioned his practice nets, and we couldn't figure out what night it is. I thought it was on Tuesday, somebody else thought it was Monday, and we were probably all right. I didn't realize it was multiple nights.
Oh yeah, this week he had code practice number 300. So this was done as a result of a Friday night fun that I did a few years ago. But yeah, it's on Monday nights. Immediately following the Monday night rah-rah info net on the 6-1 repeater at 7 o'clock. On Tuesday night, it's done immediately following the 7 o'clock Elvin Tech net, the Tuesday Elvin Tech net, on the 6-1 repeater. And last night, well, there was no code practice last night because Larry went out to dinner, but that's usually held after the conclusion of the Thursday evening Northern Illinois Skywarn training net and the Elvin Tech net, also at 7 o'clock. So that's 3 nights a week: Monday nights, Tuesday nights, and Thursday nights.
Sounds good. I'll let everybody know next Thursday with those nights. I usually catch it on Tuesday nights. I haven't listened to it for a while. I was learning CW, and I was doing fairly well. Even made a contact on a winter field day last year, and then I got distracted by something else. Now I'm all out of practice, like relearning it all over again. So I'll be listening in. Thanks a lot, Jimmy.
You're welcome, Joe, and thank you. Thank you for checking the Friday night fun net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Okay, that concludes my list. Are there any more stations that like to check in the Friday night fun net this time? If you're coming home for your Friday night fish fry or your St. Patrick's Day dinner at your friendly neighborhood bar, restaurant, or tavern, or pub, if you coming over from grocery shopping or steak fry, or coming over from the show, if you just turn your radio on, or you've been copying the mail for the last 35 minutes, this is your chance of checking the Friday night fun net from anywhere in the region. Without traffic, please call K9 GTR.
KD9EPZ.
Hey, Al, K9EPZ, your signal is beautiful. I told Mike about your situation. He says if he has time, he might come over later tomorrow or whenever.
I'm trying to get some people to come over, stop here on the way back from the Hamfest Sunday. See, if we get enough people to come over, we might actually manage to get something done. If I can't get too many people, I just get enough just to get the guy lines tied down. But the problem is my telescoping mast partially telescoped, and that's what made everything loose. I'm down by about 15 feet from what I was before.
Okay, that's good. Hey, you're sounding beautiful tonight. No problem whatsoever. Okay. I don't know if this means anything to you or not, but I gotta ask that question. How did you celebrate St. Patrick's Day today?
Oh, I had a corned beef sandwich for lunch.
Okay, sounds good. I see that Arby's is advertising that those Reuben sandwiches. Yeah, I see that. Okay, sounds good.
Well, no, I had some corned beef left. Becky made corned beef and cabbage and everything, and packed it up in the meals and put it in the freezer, and then there was some leftover corned beef that she put down the refrigerator for me, and I had a sandwich out of it yesterday, and I had another sandwich out of it today. So I haven't had the full corned beef and cabbage thing, but I've got a container of it sitting in the fridge thawing. I'll probably have it tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good, Al. Also, I removed you from the early bird check-in list. I did put you down earlier, but since you're a general check-in, I've got you down that way. So, okay, Al, that sounds good. Your signal, despite your situation, your signal's really coming in through the repeater tonight.
The conditions must be really good because I'm hearing the repeater better than I normally do, although it is going up and down with the wind. Because I don't know about any guidelines, the antenna just whipping around wherever it wants.
Okay, Al, sounds good. Well, let's hope some guys come over here and get that straightened out there. So that you shouldn't have to go through like you do. You've done for many years, a long time with these antennas and what have you there. Okay, Al. Hey, thanks for checking in. You have a good evening, and we'll catch you on the, we'll see what happens with the rag tune that tomorrow night. We'll see how conditions go. But thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net.
Okay, I'll be listening over here, and we're going to do a trivia segment tonight. Maybe I'll get in on that.
Yeah, I'm planning on doing one here within a few minutes here. So, okay, sounds good. Thanks, Al. Okay, at this time, any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay, now somebody's trying to key up, but all I'm getting is a mic clip but no audio. Let's try that one more time, please. Okay, in honor of St. Patrick's Day, I've come up with two St. Patrick's Day radio nut jokes. I put it together myself. Okay, here's the first one. Now I wrote them both in green ink too. You know you are a radio nut when you cook a corned beef and cabbage dinner on St. Patrick's Day. While the dinner is cooking, you are on your HF radio making contact with several stations in Ireland, and you forget to turn the oven off. And when you do turn it off, your dinner is burnt to a crisp. Okay, here's the second one. You know you're a radio nut when you have shamrocks hanging on your tower and your antenna. How do you like that for St. Patrick's Day radio nut jokes? Okay, if you have any homemade radio nut jokes you want to pass along, whether St. Patrick's Day or other kind of homemade radio nut jokes, you can give me a call here on the radio or on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline, area code 815-232-FNFN, 232-3636. The homemade radio nut jokes are better than the 30 original ones anyway. Okay. tell you a story about corned beef and cabbage, and this is a true story too. A lot of people think it's originated in Ireland. No, it did not. It originated in Germany. Here's what happened. In Manhattan, in New York City, when the Irish immigrants came over, their thing was bacon and cabbage, not corned beef and cabbage. I saw this on the History Channel many years ago, talking about St. Patrick's Day and the Irish. Bacon and cabbage was their thing. When they ran out of bacon, they went over to their German or Jewish neighbors to borrow the corned beef. They had to have some kind of meat, and that's how the corned beef and cabbage thing originated. In Ireland itself, they do not eat corned beef and cabbage. I remember a local talk show here in Freeport many years ago. It was on the radio, WFRL or whatever. They were the host had an Irish cook, and that's what she said that about corned beef and cabbage, which is true. That's strictly a German dish. It did not originate in Ireland, and as I said, in Ireland itself, they do not eat corned beef and cabbage. So that's just strictly an Irish American thing. I tried it once, I didn't care for it. So we'll put it that way. All right. With that, any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, it's a slow net just like it was last week. Everybody's out celebrating St. Patrick's Day. That's why. We'll probably hear from them later on. All right, now we're going to do Friday Night Fun Net Trivia. By the way, next next VE testing session here in Freeport will take place on Saturday, April 1st. That'll be 2 weeks from tomorrow, here in the Freeport Public Library at 12:30 p.m. If you want more information, contact Tony, K9RFD. He's our EC, and he's not involved in that anymore, but he'll give you a lot of information about that. The last 2 VE testing sessions here in Freeport, nobody showed up except for the VECs. Now, the people, if you're ready to take your test, go, by all means, go to Freeport on Saturday, April 1st, 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library, and let's see if we can get some more new hands, get some more new blood in this hobby. All right, one moment, please. Okay, this Friday Night Fun Net Trivia is for the benefit of those people who are studying for their first-hand radio license. A lot of people listen to us on the scanner now because they can't listen to police communications anymore unless they have a very expensive digital scanner. You can still listen to fire and EMS VHF analog frequencies, though. And a lot of people listen just for the enjoyment of it there. So, okay. First question. Where may SSB phone be used in amateur bands above 50 megahertz? A. Only in subbands allocated to general class or higher licenses. B. Only on repeaters. C. In at least some segments of all these bands. D. On any band if the power is limited to 25 watts. Where may SSB phone be used in amateur bands above 50 megahertz? A. Only in subbands allocated to general class or higher licensees. B. Only on repeaters. C. In at least some segment of all these bands. D. On any band if the power is limited to 25 watts. Anybody have a correct answer to this question? Okay. Where may SSB phone be in amateur bands above 50 megahertz. A. Only in subbands allocated to general class or higher licensees. B. Only on repeaters. C. In at least some segment of all these bands. D. On any band and the power is limited to 25 watts. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
89 EPZ, C is in Charlie.
You are correct, Al. You are correct. Where may SSB phone be used in amateur bands above 50 megahertz? Correct answer is C, Charlie. In at least some segment of all these bands. 97.305C. Well, we'll skip that one. Says see the table. Well, we'll skip that one. We'll find another one. Okay. Which of the following is an example of remote control as defined in Part 97? A. Repeater operation. B. Operating the station over the internet. C. Controlling a model aircraft, boat, or car by amateur radio. D. All these choices are correct. Which of the following is an example of remote control as defined in Part 97? A. Repeater operation. B. Operating the station over the internet. C. Controlling a model aircraft, boat, or car by amateur radio. D. All of these choices are correct. Anybody have a correct answer to this question? Okay. Which of the following is an example of remote control as defined in Part 97? Correct answer is B. Bravo, operating the station over the internet. We'll find another question. Oh boy. Nah, I'm not reading that one. I don't know how many of you used that or not, but I'm not reading that question. Alright, here we go. What property of a radio wave defines its polarization? A. The orientation of the electric field. B. The orientation of the magnetic field. C. The ratio of the energy in the magnetic field to the energy in the electric field. D. The ratio of the velocity to the wavelength. What property of a radio wave defines its polarization? A. The orientation of the electric field. B. The orientation of the magnetic field. C. The ratio of the energy in the magnetic field to the energy in the electric field. D. The ratio of the velocity to the wavelength. Anybody correct to answer this question? Okay. What property of a radio wave defines its polarization? Correct answer is A. Alpha, the orientation of the electric field. Polarization refers to the orientation of the radio wave electric field. Ham Radio License Manual, page 4-5. Just a minute. Okay. How much power is delivered by a voltage of 13.8 volts DC and a current of 10 amperes? A. 138 watts. B. 0.7 watts. C. 23.8 watts. D. 3.8 watts. How much power is delivered by a voltage of 13.8 volts DC and a current of 10 amperes. A, 138 watts. B, 0.7 watts. C, 23.8 watts. D, 3.8 watts. Anybody correct the answer to this question? Okay. How much power is delivered by a voltage of 13.8 volts DC and a current of 10 amperes? So the correct answer is A alpha, 138 watts. And I'm not going to bother to read that mathematical thing here. We'll skip that one. Okay. What type of component is often used as an adjustable volume control? A, fixed resistor. B, power resistor. C, potentiometer. D, transformer. What type of component is often used as an adjustable volume control? A, fixed resistor. B, power resistor. C, potentiometer. D, transformer. Anybody correct the answer to this question? You are correct, Mike. You are correct. What type of component is often used as an adjustable volume control? Correct answer is C, Charlie, potentiometer. A variable resistor, also called a potentiometer or pot, is frequently used to adjust voltage or potential, such as for a volume control. Handbrake license manual page 3-8. Okay. Which of the following is combined with let's do that again. Which of the following is combined with an inductor to make a resonant circuit? A, resistor. B, Zener or diode. C, potentiometer. D, capacitor. Which of the following is combined with an inductor to make a resonant circuit? A, resistor. B, Zener diode or Zener diode. C, potentiometer. D, capacitor. Anybody correct the answer to this question? Okay. Which of the following is combined with an inductor to make a resonant circuit? The correct answer is D, delta capacitor. Circuits that contain both a capacitor and an inductor are called resonant circuits or tuned circuits. And reading license manual page 3-10. This is KC9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transferring for Friday Night Fun Net Central here in Freeport. Are there any more stations you want to check in this time? Please call now. Scott, K9YI, is that you? Oh, sorry about that. Last station trying to check in, come back. I'm sorry, I doubled over you. Come on back.
KD9MED, Dwayne in Winnebago.
Okay, stand by. Just let me write this. Okay. Kilo Delta 9 And repeat the last three letters of your call, please.
Victor, Hotel, Hotel. Dwayne, Winnebago.
Okay. Kilo Delta 9, Victor Hotel, and what's the last letter in your call?
Hotel.
Repeat that one more time, please.
Hotel. KD9MED.
K9VHH. Welcome to Friday Night Fun Net. We meet every Friday evening at 8 p.m. What is going on with you? We're talking about two topics. St. Patrick's Day, and we got the Hamfest coming up. How did you celebrate St. Patrick's Day? And are you going to are you going to any one of the Hamfest this Sunday?
We didn't do much. Everybody wore green today. And then everybody was home. We all went to get a green shamrock shake. So that's how we celebrated our St. Patrick's Day. Other than that, we really don't do a whole lot. As far as Hamfest go, well, we have plans this weekend, so I can't go to any. I do plan on going to some this summer, or some that are close by.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Are you planning on going to any Hamfest to Sterling Rock Falls or to Jefferson this Sunday?
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to go to any this weekend, but I think this spring or summer when there are some in the area, I plan on going to some of those. And I think the social's coming up too in the spring, and I plan on going to that.
Sounds good. Okay, I'm going to let you go. Hey, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you and your family, and hopefully we'll talk to you next Friday night, 7-3.
7-3, thanks. Thanks, man.
Okay, do we have any more stations that like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net this time? Please call now. Okay, sorry about that. We're back to Friday Night Fun Net trivia. Okay. How does the allowable cycle density for RF safety change if duty cycle changes from 100% to 50%? A. It increases by a factor of 3. B. It decreases by 50%. C. It increases by a factor of 2. D. There is no adjustment allowed for lower duty cycle. How does the allowable power density for RF safety change if duty cycle changes from 100% to 50%? A. It increases by a factor of 3. B. It decreases by 50%. C. It increases by a factor of 2. D. There is no adjustment allowed for lower duty cycle. Does anybody have a correct answer to this question? Okay. How does the allowable let's do that again. How does the allowable power density for RF safety change if duty cycle changes from 100% to 50%? The correct answer is C, Charlie. It increases by a factor of 2. And the discussion is rather lengthy, so I'm not even going to bother to read it. So let's see if we can find another question here. Okay, one moment, please. Okay. What are the toughest questions in the text general and extra Q&A book? Your tower questions, of course. You new hams, those of you who are about to be getting your tickets, someday you're going to be involved in a tower climbing expedition. You're going to be part of you're either going to be climbing the tower itself or you're going to be part of a ground support crew. This question might put you over the top as far as getting your ticket goes. So, okay, here we go. What is the purpose of a safety wire to a turnbuckle used to tension guy lines? A. Secure the guy line as the turnbuckle breaks. B. Prevent loosening of the turnbuckle from vibration. C. Provide a ground path for lightning strikes. D. Provide an ability to measure for proper tensioning. Okay, what is the purpose of a safety wire through a turnbuckle used to tension guy lines? A. Secure the guy line if the turnbuckle breaks. B. Prevent loosening of the turnbuckle from vibration. C. Provide a ground path for lightning strikes. D. Provide an ability to measure for proper tensioning. Anybody have a correct answer to this question? Okay. What is the purpose of a safety wire through a turnbuckle used to tension guy lines? Correct answer is B. Bravo. Prevent loosening of the turnbuckle from vibration. Guy wires must be installed according to the tower manufacturer's instructions. Place the safety wire through any turnbuckles used to tension guy lines. This prevents them from loosening due to vibration and twisting. Hammer to life to manual page 9-17. We all know all too well about those guy wires from what happened at WTBO WQRF a few weeks ago when that ice storm. When those wires are turned, they was afraid of coming loose and the tower might come crashing down. That's why they had to move to the baseball part there for the pick up they can do their newscasts or what have you. So, okay, the Robert Rivets thing. That's right. Okay, this concludes Friday Night Fun Net Trivia for this week. We'll try to do it again next week. At this time, are there any more stations you'd like to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. Okay, one moment, please. I will be right back. This is K9RFD the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater Rockford transmitting from Friday Night Fun Net Central Area Report. Okay, I got a little book here. This is Irish puff food. It's more than 35 classic Irish recipes. Let me look and see what we got here. Yeah. All right. This is in honor of St. Patrick's Day. And the net's kind of slow anyway. I think I'll just go ahead and do this. This is the recipe for Guinness Guinness beef stew. Okay. 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil divided. 3 pounds boneless beef chuck roast cut into 1-inch pieces. 2 medium onions chopped. 2 stalks celery chopped. 3 tablespoons all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon minced garlic, 1 tablespoon tomato paste, 2 teaspoons chopped fresh thyme, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 bottle, about 15 ounces of Guinness. Those of you who don't know what that is, that's an Irish beer. So, okay, 1 cup reduced sodium beef broth, 3 carrots cut into 1-inch pieces, 4 small turnips peeled and cut into 1-inch pieces, 4 medium Yukon gold potatoes peeled and cut into 1-inch pieces, 1/4 cup finely chopped of fresh parsley. Okay. 1. Preheat oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Heat 2 tablespoons oil in Dutch oven over medium-high heat until almost smoking. Cook beef in 2 batches, about 10 minutes or until brown on all sides. Remove the plate. 2. Add remaining 1 tablespoon oil to Dutch oven. Heat over medium heat. Add onions and celery. Cook about 10 minutes or until softened and onions are translucent, stirring occasionally. 3. Add flour, garlic, tomato paste, thyme, salt, and pepper. Cook and stir 1 minute. Stir in Guinness, that's the beer. Stir in Guinness, scraping up brown bits from bottom of Dutch oven. Return beef to Dutch oven, stir and sorry about that. Testing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Sorry about that. Okay, it's my fault. Okay, just a minute. 4. Cover and bake 1 hour. Stir in carrots, turnips, and potatoes. Cover and bake about 1 hour, 20 minutes, or until beef and vegetables are tender. Stir in parsley. Make 6 servings. That's your recipe for Guinness beef stew. Enjoy. There is no way in hell I'm reading that recipe for corned beef and cabbage soup. As I stated, corned beef and cabbage is not Irish. Let's move on. All right, here, what's this? Not reading that either. We'll find something here. Not reading that either. All right, here's a recipe. Honey mustard herbed lamb with vegetables. 1 moment, please. Okay. 3 tablespoons finely chopped fresh parsley. 2 tablespoons minced fresh rosemary, whatever that is. 2 cloves garlic minced. 1/4 teaspoon salt. 1/2 teaspoon black pepper. 1/4 cup olive oil. 2 tablespoons honey. 2 tablespoons whole grain mustard. 4 lamb shoulder chops, 6 to 8 ounces each. Let me reset. 1 pound unpeeled small red potatoes cut into halves or quarters if large. 1 pound unpeeled small yellow potatoes cut into halves or quarters if large. 1.5 pounds medium carrots cut in half lengthwise, then cut into 2-inch lengths. Okay. 1. Preheat oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Combine parsley, rosemary, garlic, salt, and pepper in a small bowl. Mix well. Stir in oil until well blended. 2. Remove half of mixture to large, shallow dish. Stir in honey and mustard. Add lamb chops to dish. Turn to coat both sides with mustard mixture. Set aside to marinate while preparing vegetables. happened there. Anyway, 3. Combine potatoes and carrots on baking sheet. Stir remaining half of mixture. Drizzle over vegetables and toss the coat. Cover with foil. 4. Roast 40 minutes. Uncover. Stir vegetables and roast 10 minutes. Remove baking sheet from oven. Turn oven to broil. Arrange lamb chops over vegetables. 5. Broil 6 minutes. Turn lamb. Broil 6 minutes or until medium, 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Cooking time may vary depending on how quickly oven reaches boiling temperature. Make 4 servings. Here's your recipe for honey mustard herbs and lamb with vegetables. Enjoy. Okay. Are there any more stations like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, once again, I'm reading the recipes from the little Irish pub food. It's a little cookbook, of more than 35 classic Irish recipes. Trying to see what else I can find. All right. Here's a recipe from for garlic pork with garlic pork with roasted red potatoes. Let me reset. Watch what I do here. I want time down to the repeater again. Okay. 1/2 teaspoon paprika. 1/2 teaspoon garlic powder. 1 pound pork tenderloin. 2 tablespoons olive oil divided. 1 pound unpeeled new red potatoes, scrubbed and quartered. 1 teaspoon dried oregano. 1 teaspoon salt. 1/2 teaspoon black pepper. Okay, 1. Preheat oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Line baking sheet with foil or spray with non-stick cooking spray. 2. Combine paprika and garlic powder in small bowl. Sprinkle over pork. 3. Heat 1 tablespoon oil in a hard skillet over medium high heat. Add pork. Cook 3 minutes per side or until brown. Place in center of prepared baking sheet. 4. Remove skillet from heat. Add remaining 1 tablespoon oil, potatoes, and oregano. Toss the coat. Arrange potato mixture around pork. Scraping sides and bottom of skillet with the rubber spatula. Combine salt and pepper in small bowl. Sprinkle evenly over pork and vegetables. 5. Roast about 20 minutes or until pork reaches 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Remove pork to cutting board. Let stand 5 minutes. Stir potatoes. Tent with foil. Slice pork. Serve with potatoes. It makes 4 servings. There's your recipe for garlic pork with roasted red potatoes. Okay, do we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. This is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. Are there any more stations who'd like to check in? Please call now. Okay, this is the last recipe of the evening. This is the recipe for roasted chicken with cabbage. 1/3 cup of olive oil plus additional pan. 2 tablespoons red wine vinegar. 2 cold garlic minced. 1 teaspoon salt. 1 teaspoon onion powder. 1/4 teaspoon paprika. 1/4 teaspoon black pepper. 8 bone-in skin on the chicken thighs, about 3 pounds. 2 large onions cut into 1/2 inch slices. Do not separate into rings. 1 small head green cabbage, about 2 pounds. Chopped fresh parsley, that's optional. 1. Preheat oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Brush baking sheet with oil. 2. Whisk 1/3 cup oil, vinegar, garlic, salt, onion powder, paprika, and pepper in large bowl until well blended. Remove half of mixture to medium bowl. Add chicken and turn to coat. 3. Add onion slices to large bowl with oil mixture. Turn to coat. Arrange the single layer on prepared baking sheet. Cut cabbage in half through cores. Do not remove cores. Cut each half into cut each half into 1-inch wedges. Add add cabbage to bowl with oil mixture. Turn to coat. Arrange cabbage over onions on baking sheet. Place chicken, skin side up on top of vegetables. Roast 50 to 55 minutes or until chicken is 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Remove chicken to plate. Tent with foil. Carefully drain liquid from baking sheet. Stir vegetables. Roast 10 to 15 minutes or until edges begin to brown. And cabbage is crisp and tender. Serve chicken with vegetables. Garnish with parsley. It makes 4 servings. That's your recipe for roasted chicken with cabbage. Enjoy. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed these Irish pub food recipes there. So, if you missed any of them, if you have Facebook, you can listen to this net after it's posted on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. So, I hope you enjoy these recipes. Okay. Any more stations you want to check the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay. Excuse me. Now I'm going to give you a rundown of all the other nets we have in the area. Let's see, in about 40 minutes, if you're able to pick up the 443750 repeater in Chicago, the PL of 114.8 plus loss at night watch, that will be getting underway. That net runs 7 nights a week, starts at 10 o'clock. This week, I was not hardly able to hear the net at all. Conditions were not, I was not even picking up the repeater. Don't forget tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Hopefully on the 146.610 repeater, well, it's the Saturday evening rag tune net. Let's see, Mike, Larry, K9KCC will be your net control station this tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock. Okay, on this date it was 82 degrees in 2012. I remember that very well. That was when we had that drought, and all the summer holidays, Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day were all, they had record-setting high temperatures. I remember that year, 2012. Okay, the Saturday Night Fun Net is also held at 8 p.m. on the 146.910 repeater in Milwaukee, the PL of 127.3 Maya Saucer. Well, technically, that repeater is located in New Berlin, Wisconsin. So, Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m. is on the 145.110 repeater in Monroe, PL 123.0 Maya Saucer. Scott, K9YI hosts the Green County Aries Races net. It's a combination Aries Races and Rag Tune net. At 8 p.m. on Sunday evenings on the 147.375 repeater in Belvedere. It has a PL 100.0 plus on that Big Thunder Amps Radio Club holds its Sunday evening net. Also at 8 p.m., the Sterling Amateur Radio, Whiteside County Amateur Radio Club holds its Sunday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 146.850 repeater in Sterling, the PL 114.8 minus offset. You shouldn't have any problem getting into that repeater. The antenna is about 300 feet in the air on the Illinois State Police District 1 radio tower. I'm sure they'll have a lot of discussion as to how the Sterling and Rock Falls Handfest went. Monday evenings at 7 p.m. on the 146.610 repeater in Rockford. We'll have the Monday evening rah-rah info net. Larry, K9KZT, and I share the duties as of net control operator. Let's see. He will be doing the net this coming. He'll be doing the net this coming Monday. He ran this past Monday, but this coming Monday I won't be here because I will be at the weather spotter class at Highland College here in Freeport. So Larry, K9KZT, will be doing the Monday evening rah-rah info net again. At 8 p.m. on the Mondays on the 146.970 repeater in Dixon, the PL 82.5 minus offset. The Lee County Areas Racing Group holds its Monday evening net. Also at 8:30 p.m. on the 146.730 repeater in DeKalb, the PL 100.0 minus offset. The Kishwaukee Amateur Radio Club holds its Monday evening net. Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. You got two nets. The first one of course, is the Tuesday evening held in the TechNet, held on the 146.610 repeater with Larry H9GO as your net control operator. We ask how everybody's doing health-wise, and if anybody has any technical questions. At the same time that net is held, the Rock County Areas Racing net is also being held on the 145.450 repeater in Janesville with the PL 123.0 minus offset. Okay, now I want to tell you about a new net that the guys down in Ogle County just started. It's the Ogle County Amateur Radio net. That meets at 8:30 p.m. Tuesday evenings on the 147.165 repeater in Oregon. That has a PL 146.2 plus offset. If they have time, they'll go to 146.595 simplex. That's their Aries simplex frequency for a simplex net. When they get done with that, they switch back over to the 147.165 repeater for the 9 o'clock Ogle County Amateur Radio net for Aries Skyward. So you might as well say that's two nets back to back on Tuesday evenings at 8:30 p.m. and 9 p.m. in the 147.165 repeater in Oregon. PL 146.2 plus offset. Wednesday evening here in Freeport at 7 p.m. on the 147.390 repeater here in Freeport, PL 114.8 plus offset. I do the weekly Stevens County Aries net. And at 7:30 p.m. on the 147.120 repeater in Beloit, PL 123.0 plus offset. Greater Beloit Amateur Radio Club holds this Monday. It's Wednesday evening net. Also, at 8 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset. We have our Wednesday evening swap net. Mel, K9RFD, and I share the use as the net control operator. Mel is the trustee of the 39 repeater. He brings the amateur radio news line. 15-minute independent news broadcast devoted entirely to that amateur radio. Okay, now, Thursdays at 7 p.m. on this repeater, that was last night, we had the Northern Illinois Skywarn Trading / the third team we held in TechNet. Ricky, WX9RLT, I don't know what happened to him, but I filled in for him last week. I decided to combine the two nets. That's what I did the previous Thursday. So I had a total of 6 check-ins on that net. First, we talk about weather information, then we do the Health and TechNet thing. One moment, please.
Kilowatt Echo 9 Norway checking in.
On 146.400 simplex. CAD, W9AXD simplex net. I'm very happy to report for the first time since it got started, I was able to check into that net. Right after the Health and TechNet Skywarn train net. There was no cold practice last night, so I decided to check into the CAD simplex net. I don't know how many check-ins he had, but I was able to copy Chad, no problem whatsoever. Several other stations too. Again, that simplex net is held on Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. on 146.400 simplex frequency in Janesville.
Kilowatt Echo 9 Norway checking in.
KD9MED, hello, Kurt. What's going on with you? How did you celebrate St. Patrick's Day, and are you going to any ham fest this weekend?
Yes. I don't know if I celebrated St. Patrick's Day, but I did have corned beef and cabbage at noon. And then I'm going to the Jefferson Ham Fest on Sunday.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, I got the ham rag in the mail yesterday. Thank you very much for doing that.
Hey, no problem. Did you send me some icicles?
Not yet. I'll get them in the mail tomorrow.
K9FLO.
Hello, Dean. Hey, you guys go ahead.
Hi, neighbor.
K9FLO, KE9N. Hey, how's it going, buddy?
I just figured I better get down here. I was been playing around and measuring out the valve I made on 815 and looking really good. Looks like it's going to cover 160 and 80 and 40 and 10 or 30, excuse me. No problem. Just got to figure out where I'd run all the wire. KE9N, K9FLO.
Okay, well that sounds good. So you got that made then for what? Would you say 40 and 80 and 160?
Well, the coil will cover clear down to 30 meters. I get 1.5 at the end of the 30 meters, and gosh, it goes clear up to like 1.2 meg, and it's still like 1.3.
Oh, okay. So it's really good for the lower bands, but what, 20 on up is when the SWR rises on it?
Yeah, it won't be any good for that, but that's all right. It'd be kind of fun to play around with if you get if I find enough copper wire, I guess.
I'll have to check. I know I have some THHN number 10 copper wire. I don't know if I got enough. How much would you have, would you figure?
Oh gosh, let me look here. Well, probably only got enough room for a quarter wave. And length would be 132. So that's about as good as I can do, otherwise I'm going to run out of trees. Actually, the trees are going to take over. And 14 should be fine on that there. Gosh, I don't need any of that heavy stuff. I can use that as a ground wire.
Well, you could. I don't have any number 14. That's a problem. All I got is number 10. I figured I better have that for all the power that you run.
I'm sure my neighbors would appreciate that, having that. Yeah, you know, that's something I can look for at the Hamfest too. Talked to Chuck today, so he is having a good time with the family, and let's see what else. He's getting, I guess tomorrow, Andy's coming down. They're going to get everything together and load it up into the truck. I'm not sure what all he's bringing, but I got a feeling he'll have a truckload. And kind of looking forward. I hope he does good. I hope people are anxious to buy in some of the mature equipment.
Yeah, maybe make that very mature equipment. Yeah, I've got that National NCX5 that I'm bringing with the power supply. I didn't try it, but it's really, really clean, and I kind of suspect, I mean, other than a bad tube here and there, I think it probably works okay. And then I got some other stuff. Did you make any progress at all on doing that research a little bit with the Heil headset?
Yeah, Brian sent me a schematic for the the iComment. Boy, I don't know. I'm not really sure. The problem you got is the headset, of course, has a speaker besides the microphone, and I'm not 100% sure that the pinout on that there has audio output. Not having the radio here, that's a real tough thing to check. They show AF output, but the pinning doesn't make sense on it, so that's one going to have to be cautious on. But the mic will work for sure on it. And it looks like you got an option on the 451 because you have an 8-volt source on it, but I don't have the actual pinout for that headset, so what I have from Heil, they didn't provide that. It was just a brochure, and it was pre-connectorized and all that stuff. And I think that generation was, and correct me if I'm wrong, the 706 didn't have the RJ45 connector on it, or did that have a regular 8-pin octo on it there, Kurt, do you remember?
You know, I'm not real sure, Dean, because I never had a 706, but on your microphone element for your headset, now, is that just a Heil mic in general? Is it dynamic or electric?
It doesn't say. I don't know. So that's a problem there. I have to, you know, I haven't been to the Heil website. I'll go there and take a look at their website and see what they say on that. What makes it an issue is that the headset was made specifically for that radio, the 706. In fact, that's the model number, so I'm not really sure if he's got anything online anymore. He used to have pretty good information to be able to figure out what would work and what wouldn't work. So, yeah, well, you know, if I can get it to work for Chuck, that'd be fine. Otherwise, may turn into a Hamfest item at Boone County.
Is there any markings on the headset at all?
not a mark on it. That makes it interesting. The only thing on it is that the connector was taken off, and I think like I said, I used it on the 706. I guessing I must have had a later radio, and I tried to use it because that's why the connector was removed. So I just don't know anything about it. Obviously, I could call Ohio and ask them. So if Chuck's that ICOM has the audio pin output, or speaker output, I should say, coming through that mic connector, then I think it may work, because you can always modify it, and but I just don't have any information on the 706 side of it, in the sense of the other than a real nice manual.
Okay, let's approach it from a different way. If I remember correctly, the microphone itself, the mic element, is in a round type of enclosure, right?
Yeah, it kind of looks like a elongated acorn.
Okay, I was thinking round like a circle, but if it's more like an acorn, is there a screw underneath? If you look at the underside of that mic element, where it would be, is there a screw there?
There is, and I took it apart, and there's no, there's just the element and the mic wires itself.
Did you happen to see the, what do I want to say, the underside of the element? It doesn't say like HC4 or HC5 or anything like that?
Boy, I tell you what, it's really small, and I didn't even look at that.
Well, take a look and see if it says HC4 or HC5. The other thing is, if you only have 2 wires going to that element, I'm pretty sure that's just a dynamic element. It's not an electric then.
And I would agree with that, because it is only 2 wire. So I didn't see anything else. The only thing I cannot do is take the headset apart itself. It's pretty much all press fitting, and I really don't want to damage it. But you know, it may work. I'll have to get serious here and check it a little closer. But you know, it may work for him, and I'm not sure why he'd want it. But you know, whatever reason, KD9 and K9FL.
Well, skip the 8-pin, the 8-volt pin. Don't worry about that for now. You could just wire that in. Let's see, I'm trying to think. Does that mic and the cord and everything, did they have a push-to-talk on it?
Yeah, it does have, and it's very simple. They got the audio for the mic is just a shielded cable with the center conductor, and the speaker is just a plain old white wire in the sheath. Then they just have the typical red and blue for the key-in switch, so it's pretty straightforward. So I'm leaning towards this does not have a need for any kind of external power.
I don't think it does either. I think that they called that the Heil Traveler, if I remember correctly. But this goes back, 20-some years ago. But I think it was called the Heil Traveler. But look on the Heil website. He has some information there, and it says, well, last I saw it, it said all about ICOM, and he kind of describes everything. But I think he's referring more to like the, like the 7100s and the 7, well, they have 7,000 and different ones like that. But look at that. I would, you know what? If worse comes to worse, just hook up the dynamic element, wire it to the microphone in the ground, and then do your push to talk. I wouldn't worry about the speaker because I don't think there's audio coming out of the front on a 706 as far as the mic jack is concerned, so you don't have to worry about that. That's going to have to be a separate plug that you'd plug into like the headphone jack. But again, I'm not looking at the pinout on a 706, but I don't think the audio was coming out of the front of that. But if you wire it up, and if it just doesn't have enough oomph, so to speak, even when you turn your mic gain up, well, so it doesn't work.
Yeah, very true. You know, I think the 706 did have audio coming out of it, just a fact because this was designed for the 706, and the speaker actually had a standalone wire that went to the mic connector, so it must have had it too. I think I used it on my 7000, which was almost, I think that was absolutely identical to the 706. And I liked it. It worked real good. Great for mobile application back in those days before it was against the law, I guess. So yeah, I just want to make sure before going any further with it that I don't cook it. Repurpose the mic, I guess.
Okay, well, the 706, maybe it did have the audio coming out the front, but if he wants to use it on his 746, that doesn't, does it?
Hang on a second. They got a pen, and I don't have it here in front of me. They do have a pin on there that shows there's audio coming out of it. Just a minute. Let me get the paper on it.
This is KC9GCR with the Friday Night Fun at W9A on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. The transmitting for Friday Night Fun at February Freeport. Carry on, you guys.
KC9GCR, Kilowatt Echo 9 Norway. Okay, well, Dean's looking for something. Jimmy, how many check-ins you got so far?
Well, sure is better than what I had last week. Last week I only had 12 stations checking on the air. Now the comp stands at 18. Definitely better than last week. Conditions were definitely horrific last Friday too.
Yeah, I actually did listen. I didn't check in, but I actually was listening last week, and I knew you didn't have many check-ins. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So, Jimmy, you going to wear green pajamas for St. Patty's Day?
No, I don't have any kind of pajamas at all, but I have worn a green shirt for today.
Well, that's good. At least you didn't put on green lipstick and eyeshadow.
K9GCR, Friday Night Fun at K9RFD Repeater Rockford. That sounds good, Kurt, yeah.
K9FLO.
K9FLO, KE9M. Did you find that paper?
K9R. Yeah, I did. Brian sent me a copy of his, and they do show on here a pin 8. They call it main readout AF output, varies with the AF and balance. So I'm thinking that might be a real audio output for the speaker.
Okay, well, I don't know. I wouldn't worry about the speaker part. Do the thing with the wires and the alligator clips or something and find out if the mic works, and then we can blow up the rest of that bridge when we get to it. And I heard Tom in there, AI9R. How's it going, Tom?
How are you?
I'm doing pretty fair. You behaving yourself? Is your wife letting you stay inside?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, today's our anniversary, so she's, and she had dialysis this morning, so she's in bed now.
Well, good. Good. Well, happy anniversary. All right. Anyhow, maybe you want to check in with Jimmy, huh?
I want to ask Jimmy a question.
Okay. Well, I think Dean and I are pretty much done. So why don't I turn it over to Jimmy then, Dean? Yeah, let me know. Give me a call or something if you need any help with that. But otherwise, I think we'll be all set, and then we'll see you Sunday morning anyhow. So let me send it back to Jimmy, KC9GCR, KE9N.
Okay, you guys, thanks to both of you for, I have yet to talk to Dean there too, okay, AI9R checked in earlier, he's checking number 7, go ahead, you had a question, Tom, go ahead. AI9R, K9GCR, you had a question, go ahead. I don't know what happened, but I'll tell you what, I can tell, he was coming in on the simplex, he wasn't coming through the repeater, so I don't know. AI9R, K9GCR. I don't know what happened. Dean, K9FLO, what's going on with you?
Hi, Jimmy. Oh, not much. Just working on this little project for a friend of ours at W9AXD and waiting for the big Hamfest coming up this weekend. So, and also for it to warm up a tad. I only have 21 degrees here.
That sounds good. I don't figure on I didn't really go outside at all today, and I'm not going out outside tomorrow either. Let's see. We got the weather spiral class here in Freeport this Monday. I'll be going to that. It's really going to warm up. They say 50s for the next 10 days or something like that, or close to 60. That'd be great.
I mean, even over there in Freeport.
Yeah, at Highland College. Highland College, Student Conference Center, Building Aces, and Hotel Room 201.
Oh, very good. All right, Jimmy, any question tonight?
I have 2 questions. How did you celebrate St. Patrick's Day today? And I think you already answered my other questions. I think you are going to the Jefferson Hamfest this Sunday. Of course, Sterling Rock Falls Hamfest is also being held Sunday.
Okay, very good. Yes, I did one anyway, and we celebrated St. Patrick's Day last Sunday at the club I belong to in Rockford, and had lots of corned beef and cabbage, so we did good there. And today we didn't because we already had. And anyway, Jefferson, looking forward to that one. That's a really nice ham fest up there. It's all indoors, and they have a pretty darn good attendance at that one there. So KC9GCR, K9FLO.
That's great. Now, also this coming Sunday, it's St. Joseph's Day. That's a big day among the Italian community, just like St. Patrick's Day is among the Irish.
And you're absolutely correct. So you did good. You're doing your homework. And we look forward to all that stuff. And But first we got to get our projects taken care of, then that's a good thing. But the big thing, I'm looking forward to the change in temperature when it becomes more permanent.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think so. Well, yeah. Well, you know, March, March is a long way from over with. And of course, April can be pretty iffy, too. I look for May and June there. That's when things will start to improve for good.
That's true, but it's looking pretty good right now. I don't mind having a warm spring and summer. That's good. We had a pretty nice winter too. Now that you think about it, it didn't have a huge amount of snow at all, and temperatures are moderated. And you know, this must be global warming for us. I can live with that in this case.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure, that's for sure. Well, I was watching the news tonight. They say, I guess, California has really put a dent into their drought situation. They say I think only 20% of the state there, of 20% of California is in drought. And only about 6 weeks ago, about 75, 85, 90% of the state was in drought. Now that all that rain, too bad that you don't want to see it come that way, but at least the drought, their water reservoirs are almost full, and everything's everything's been back to where it should be. But that drought has pretty much been alleviated.
Well, you know, Jimmy, maybe they'll quit whining about it and enjoy things out there and get their act together, because it's turned into like another country out that state there.
Somebody was telling me he was originally from California. He said there's 20 people, at least 20 people a day are leaving that state for other locations.
I think it's a lot more than 20. Yeah, they're hurting there. You know, maybe they're getting the water in it, their reservoirs all back up. That at least make the farmers happy, and you know, kind of help it out there. Certainly don't want to have you know, anything go bad, since that's one of the largest what do I want to call it, crop states we have, and really depend on them. And of course, movie industry is not necessarily true there anymore, but we certainly we enjoy their wine there, Jimmy.
That's good. Yeah, I take that back when I said 2,000 people a day are leaving California, not 20. I had to put my mother, my old younger sister, my grandmother and I had the pleasure of going out there in June of 1957. When I was 9 years old, we took the train out there. I had an aunt and uncle living out in Fallbrook, California. We got to go to Disneyland, to see San Diego, got to see the fleet out there. I had about 2 weeks out there. We had a wonderful time. We went out there by train. We came home by train.
That must have been a nice long train ride.
It was too. I enjoyed every minute. We got to see Las Vegas, Nevada at night. We stopped there both times, and the fun part was sitting up in the dome liner there, seeing going through all the mountains and whatever, going through the tunnels. That was definitely a fun trip out there.
Oh, I'd imagine. I know my mother-in-law went to that trip that goes along the Canadian southern border across the U.S., and she really enjoyed that. Of course, that goes through the mountains and all that. That's a long trip too. There, KC9GCR, K9RFD.
Yeah, we got to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the dining car there. That was fun too.
You're talking of food again. I'm getting hungry. Anyway, it's about what's happening here, Jimmy. We'll give you an update next week when give you how the Ham Fest was and all that good stuff. talk at you later. Take care. 7-3s. KC9GCR, K9FLO.
Okay, Dean. Sounds good. You have a good evening. And Kurt, once again, thank you for that ham rag. I really enjoyed that. So, looking through it. That was very interesting stuff in there. 7-3s both of you. KC9GCR will be clear. You guys have a good evening. Thanks to both of you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net.
Hey, okay, Jimmy. Well, thanks a lot for doing the Fun Net. Glad you enjoyed the ham rag, and we'll talk to you later then. KC9GCR, KE9N.
KC9GCR, this is KC9CFL.
7-3s and both you guys. KC9CFL, good evening, Mike.
Hey there, Jimmy. How you doing? Sorry for getting in so late, but it's been an interesting day.
That's great. I know. I'm doing just fine there. I'll tell you what. This net is a lot better this week than it was last week. Conditions were horrific. I only had 12 on there checking. Now you're checking number 19. It's going great there. How did you celebrate St. Patrick's Day? That's the question tonight. And are you going to any Hamfest this Sunday?
I am not hitting the Hamfest. I am trying to save money, so I'm hiding my credit cards, my cash from myself. And I really didn't do anything for St. Patty's Day. We don't. My wife wore a green shirt. My 2-year-old son wore green socks. That was about it. Yeah, just not my thing. I really don't drink, so yeah, it wasn't a holiday for me.
Well, I wear a green shirt, and that's it. I don't, I don't drink either, and I don't, and I'm not a fan of corned beef and cabbage there. That's not Irish anyway. Okay. Hey, Mike, I got 2 new radio nut jokes, all related to St. Patrick's Day. If you want to hear them.
I would love to hear him, Jimmy.
Okay, I read them earlier in the net. I just came up with them today. First one. You know you are they're both written in green ink, too. First one is it. You know you are a radio nut when you cook a corned beef and cabbage dinner on St. Patrick's Day. While the dinner is cooking, you are on your HF radio making contact with several stations in Ireland, and you forget to turn the oven off, and when you do turn it off, your dinner is burnt to a crisp.
Nice.
Okay, here's the other one. You know you are a radio nut when you have shamrocks hanging on your tower and your antenna.
Hey, it's the best luck you can get, right?
You bet, Mike, that's for sure.
Very nice. Yeah, I always love the radio nut jokes. They're the greatest part.
I do too, so do I. Okay. Yeah, I've been neglecting to read them, but I figured that I thought I'd better start reading them there. So, hey, Mike, happy St. Patrick's Day, and you and your wife, you enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you hopefully next Friday at KC9GCR. Thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net.
KC9GCR, this is KC9CFL. 7-3s. Thanks a lot, Jimmy. Thanks for running the net. Talk to you next week. Bye.
I'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net this time. Please go now.
GO, good evening, Jimmy. Top of the evening to you, sir.
AC9GO, good evening. Already got you checked in. Just a minute. I think there was another station trying to check in. Another station, come back. you very much. He used to be one of the net control operators on the Kishwaukee Amateur Radio Club net on Monday nights, 146730. Yeah, he's already checked in. Matt, it's a pleasure hearing from you. Okay, Matt, thanks. Okay, Larry, I'll get back to you. This is K9RFD with the Friday Night Fun Net on W9 on K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting from Friday Night Fun Net Central in Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, you know where your children are at. Lockdown. Winnebago County Jail is going into lockdown right now. Exactly 10 o'clock. Their dispatch radios, all the corrections officers. Lockdown. All the jailbirds are being put to bed. 99 jailbirds. Kerry K9MED was telling me he listens to jail frequencies on scanners. Exactly 10 o'clock. They always mention lockdown. H9GO, Larry, what's going on with you?
Hey, top of the evening to you, sir. And I hope you had a nice St. Patrick's Day. Not a whole lot going on here. We did have corned beef, cabbage, potatoes, carrots, all the good stuff. But at first she was just going to put together some Reubens, but thought, since she was doing it a little different, she'd see how it was. How good it was, and it was pretty good. I'm married to a fantastic cook there, Jimmy. By the way, for the guys there that were talking about that 706, there is an external speaker outlet on the back end of that thing, according to what I can see here on the net. And also, it looks like it's got a speaker on the inside, and headphones on the front, and another microphone input on the back. I think it's got a microphone input on the phase 2. I don't know, didn't look at it. Anyhow, I hope that might help somebody out. So back to you, Jimmy. AC9GO.
Hey,
Yeah, okay, that's good. AI9R, go ahead.
Yeah, my phone call's over. This is my brother from Texas. Question, have you done your swap net yet?
Yes, I did. But I already had it. I always do it during the first part of the net, but if you got, just a minute, let me get out my papers. If you got something for sale, go ahead.
Got a Kenwood 820S and a Swan 270 Signet.
Okay, just now hold on there. I gotta get my papers out there. Now, okay, just a minute. AI9R. Now, repeat your traffic if you would, please.
Got a Kenwood 820S HF for sale, and I've got a Swan.
Stand by. This is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. Tom, the ID went off as they were covering. I know you're transmitting on Simplex, but I got the Kenwood 820S, and you had the Swan and the repeater ID covered you. Repeat that again, please.
The Kenwood is an 820S, and the Swan is a 270 Cygnus.
Okay, the Swan 270 Cygnus. Okay, how much are you asking for?
What's anybody want to give me?
Okay, it sounds good. And how can they get a hold of you?
I'm good on QRZ. They can send me a message. I'm going to just say, I don't know, not any more than $200 a piece anyway.
Okay, sounds good. All right, just a minute. K9RS for sale. A Kenwood 820S, and he's won two 70 Cygnus. You can contact him at QRZ.com or .net or whatever. He has no more than $200 a piece. Anybody have any questions on these items for sale? Okay, A99R, hope, as the late great Russell, NILSS used to say when he ran the swap net here in Stevenson County, hopefully your phone rings off the hook.
It does that already, and half of them are people wanting to sell me life insurance.
I'll tell you what I do when that happens. I pick up the phone and I say, hello, I wait for a few seconds. If I hear any kind of a click, I figure it's a telemarketer, and I'll hang up on him.
That's exactly what I do. I wait for that little, and then I hang them up.
That's the way to do it. Hey, what, as long as I got you, how did you celebrate St. Patrick's Day, and are you going to the, any of the Hamfests this Sunday?
No, I'm not going to the Hamfests. And Bonnie had dialysis this morning. We went to Murphy's this afternoon, picked up our dinners and brought them home, and we're just happy as can be. Today's our wedding anniversary too, so we're celebrating that also. And she's not feeling good, so she's already gone to bed.
Well, happy anniversary. That's great. That is definitely great. Okay. Hey, Tom, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for checking the Friday night fun net and bring in that swamp net traffic. Thanks for checking in.
Okay, I've got a couple of tuners too, but I'm not sure about those yet. They're brand new, still in the box, but they're the LDG 100 pluses. But anyway, we'll talk at you later, Jimmy. Thanks a lot. And Rick, you got to come get these magazines, over.
Are you talking about Larry H9GO?
I'm talking about KD9QDP. He said he's going to come get my magazines that I got.
Tom, I want to tell you what, he hasn't checked into this net in a Coons age. In fact, I have not heard him on any of the other nets around here, so I don't know what's going on.
I thought that was him earlier I talked to. Okay, no big deal. Anyway, 7-3, God bless you, Jimmy. Stay safe over there in the outskirts of Rockford.
Okay, you too. Yeah, that was Kurt KD9N and the Dean K9FLO and the Larry H9GO. No, Rick K9QDP hasn't checked into this net in a long time, so I don't know what's going on with him.
Okie doke. Well, anyway, have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Thanks again, AI9R.
Welcome, thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun net, K9GCR. Larry, H9GO, are you still with us?
Yep, still here. AC9GO.
I want to see if either Kurt or Dean are still on the air. KD9N or K9FLO, are you still on the air? Did you copy that information from Larry, H9GO?
Yeah, I was listening, and I did copy that, Jimmy.
Okay, sounds good. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, thanks, Kurt. That's everybody. Have a good evening. Okay, Kurt got the information there, Larry.
All right. Oh, yeah, let me talk to Kurt for a second, if you would.
Sure, go ahead. We got all night. Go ahead.
Kurt, something clicked in my mind just the other day when I was thinking about the problems we've had with the repeater. And it seems to me that since we've got one of those, I guess what you call a feed line that has the nitrogen in it, I think those have to be bled every once in a while. I think there's a way to bleed those and then pump up the gas again. It's just something that I remember an engineer telling me at one of the radio stations I worked for, Kurt, and that could very well be the problem, because the moisture will condense in there, and if it doesn't get out, it would cause the problem that we're having, because it short things out. Have you ever bled that?
Actually, all feed lines going up the tower are just heliacs. They're not nitrogen filled. The only feed line that has nitrogen in it is from the transmitters, which is across the driveway in a separate building, to the little shack where the tower is. That's the only place where they actually have a nitrogen-filled line, because it's going underground. But from where all our repeater stuff is to the top of the antenna, as well as everyone else's antenna on that tower, it's all just heliacs. It's not nitrogen-filled.
Okay, I was under a misconception on that. Darn, maybe I had the answer. I sure wish somebody did. Thanks, Kurt. AC9GO. Thank you, Jimmy.
No, that's a good thought there, Larry, and I appreciate you letting me know. It could have been something that might have been the answer. The other thing is I don't believe, because of the way the whole system is, that we have a separate lightning arrestor. I don't think so, but I'm not absolutely sure, on our feed line, which is after the isolator that keeps the voltage and current from the hot tower off of our coax. We have an isolator which is inside, and after that, I don't think we have actually a lightning protection device there. The tower has one, but I'd have to stop there and actually look. I just don't remember that we have something like that. We do have a bandpass filter, a 2-meter bandpass filter, but after that, I don't remember, Larry, about that. We do have a circulator in line, so I know we got that, but anyhow, sometime I'll stop out and take a look at everything.
All right, sounds good, Kurt. And yeah, I wish it was something as simple as the nitrogen. All right, take care, my friend. Hope you have a good rest of the day and good evening. Back to you, Jimmy, AC9GO.
This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central Air and Freeport. Okay, sounds good. Are you going to any, Larry, are you going to any Hamfest this weekend?
I really haven't given it any thought, Jimmy. And I don't know exactly what the XYL has in mind for Sunday or anything, so I really don't know at this point. I think the weather is going to be awful cold, and I'm not sure I want to go up to that area if it's going to be snowing up there or something too. That'd be something else think about. But anyhow, I guess I just don't know at this point. KC9GO, back in there.
Well, sounds good. Yeah, Toombs, Sterling, Rock Falls, and Jefferson. I said there's going to be a lot of weeping and gnashing of teeth among ham radio operators. They don't know which one to go, the Jefferson or the Sterling. That's the way it was when they used to have the Grays Lake Ham Fest and the Peoria Ham Fest on the same weekend. They didn't know it, so ham operators didn't. I think they were on both on Saturdays and Sundays. I think a lot of them went to both ham fests.
Yeah, if you get 2 days like that, that works out. But generally, they're all on Sunday anymore.
Yeah, that sounds good. Wait to see what happens. Hey, Larry, thanks for checking in. You got that was a great. I think this is the best part of that. When you, Kurt, or Dean do a lot of the rag chewing there. I think a lot of people look forward to that. We're not a formal net anyway. 7-3's Larry. Maybe we'll catch you on tomorrow night on the Saturday evening rag chew net. You have a good evening. K9G Sharp Corner Final.
All right, thank you very much, Jimmy. 73, and yeah, I hope to do some rag chewing tomorrow night. KC9GO, and we'll be clear, Jimmy.
Okay, at this time, do we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, I want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. This net is being recorded for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. This net will soon be posted in a few minutes. If you missed it, you missed most of it, you'll be able to hear it again. It's Friday night, every night of the week with the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. You can listen to it all day, every day, or all night, every night. You can't sleep. It's 3 a.m. You can't sleep. I said, I'm going to turn on the Friday Night Fun Net and listen. So, let's see. We have about 154 stations sign up for that Facebook page. Ricky, WX9RLT, and Brad. Alpha, the Hotel 2 India are in charge of that. Just go to the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page, sign up, and then you're in business. If you miss the Friday Night Fun Net when it's not on, well, you can listen to it all day, every day, or all night, every night. You can listen to past editions of the net there. Okay. They want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline, area code 815-232-FN 232-3636. The local Freeport number. I've had no hotline check-ins tonight. You see pictures of it on the Facebook page. The traditional red desktop touch-tone telephone. You can see the when it rings and I'm transmitting, it's a real telephone ring, not that phony cell phone ring. Getting back to Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page, you can see up-to-date information about the net, updated pictures of my ham shack, and the weather information. So, you want to sign up for the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page, contact either Brad, AH2I, or Ricky, WX9RLT, and they'll get you signed up. Okay, do we have any more stations who'd like to check in this time? Please call now. All right. Something else that I almost forgot to do, and I got to do this. We got to do the answers code. Okay. I don't know about any major DX contest this weekend, so I will skip the DX code of conduct and the Contesters Code of Ethics this week. But here's the amateur's code. 1. The amateur is considerate. He never knowingly uses the air in such a way as to lessen the pleasure of others. 2. The amateur is loyal. He offers his loyalty, encouragement, and support to his fellow radio amateurs, his local club, and the American Radio Relay League to which amateur radio is represented. 3. The amateur is progressive. He keeps the station abreast of science. It is well-built division. His operating practice is above reproach. 4. The amateur is friendly. Slow and patient sending when requested. Friendly advice and counsel to the beginner. Kindly assistance, cooperation, and consideration for the interests of others. These are marks of the amateur spirit. 5. The amateur is balanced. Radio is his hobby. He never allows to interfere with any of his duties he owes to his home, his job, his school, or his community. And finally, number 6, the amateur is patriotic. His knowledge and his station are always ready for the service of his country and his community. That's the amateur's code. As Tony, K9RFD REC says, some to live by not only on the radio, but throughout life itself. Okay, at this time, are there any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. Okay, I want to thank Dan, N9DCH, the trustee of this repeater, for allowing us to use this repeater to host the Friday Night Fun Net, and of course the Thursday evening Northern Illinois Skywarn Train Net, and the Thursday evening Health and Tech Net. I'm going to run down the list of stations checked in so far. Myself, K9GCR, net control. K9EPG, Al. Early bird check-in originally, but he checked in during the net. K9VU, K9KGT, H9NW, K9YI, AI9R, N9DLB, KD9QDB, KC9QPL, W9AXD, K9MED, K9MAP, K9RGG. And so I check it. K9ZIP, KD9VHH in Winnebago, KD9N. Curtin Roscoe, Rob President, K9FLO, Dean in Roscoe, K9CFL, Mike and Robert, H9GO, Larry and Rockton, and my internet check-in, KD9H at WK. Total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20 on-air check-ins, 1 internet check-in, total 21 check-ins. Do we have any more stations I'd like to check in? Please call now. Okay. Be sure you tell your mothers, your fathers, your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your in-laws, your neighbors across the street, down the street, next door. Be sure you tell your butcher, your baker, your candlestick maker. Be sure to tell the clerk behind the checkout counter of your grocery store. Be sure to tell the clerk behind the counter at your local convenience store. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the counter at your local post office. When you buy your stamps, or when you go to the bank to cash your checks or whatever, you tell your bank teller. Be sure you tell your waiters, your waitresses, and your bartenders at your friend and neighborhood bars, restaurants, and taverns, or pubs. Be sure you tell their local members of your local PTA or PTO. Be sure you tell your garage mechanic, your used car dealer, your new car dealer. Be sure you tell your barber. Be sure you tell your priests, your ministers, your rabbis, your mullahs, your ayatollahs, or your imams. Be sure you tell your probation officer, your parole officer, or your divorce lawyer. Be sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives, your ex-in-laws, and of course your old ladies about the Friday night fun net. More check-ins are better than that. Make sure you have a valid FCC license before you check in. We do not take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, potty mouths, crackheads, stoveheads, potheads, telemarketers. If you sit in the clubhouse, you take a knee or clench your fist when the national anthem is being played, we don't want your check-ins. And if you don't, back the bull, we don't take your check-ins. That's as simple as that. Okay. Well, it was a very successful net tonight, folks. Two great topics: St. Patrick's Day and the Hamfest. Have a good weekend. Those of you who are going to the different Hamfests, have fun. Hope you see what you want and buy them. Okay. With that, there being no further business, I think everybody's checked in who's going to check in. So as a result, this is the last call for any stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net from anywhere in the region. With not traffic, please call K9GCR. Last call for Ratchet Jaw. Okay. Tune in again next week for another edition of Friday Night Fun Net. Hopefully we'll be back on the 6-1 repeater. Until then, this is Jim, K9GCR, now closing down this special St. Patrick's Day, Friday, March 17th, 2023 edition of Friday Night Fun Net. I return the repeater and the frequency to normal amateur radio use at 9:27 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10:27 p.m. Zulu time, 4 hours 27 minutes Zulu time, whatever your time preference. This net is now closed, and repeater is now over for normal amateur radio use. 7-3 to everybody. This is K9GCR. Wishing you all a very happy St. Patrick's Day, and wishing you all a very pleasant good night. 7-3. KD9MED, KD9MED, K9GCR. Okay, go ahead and post it. It was a 2-hour, 27-minute net with a total of 21 check-ins. And I forgot to do my honorary check-ins, but I'll do that when I get done here.